Welcome back to another exciting episode. Today we're going to be talking about ChatGPT 4.0, Scarlett Johansson, and how to make your own Tetris game. Let's get started. Okay, during the keynotes of ChatGPT 4.0, they had a lot to talk about with the new capabilities that it has, including an awesome voice, one that sounded eerily familiar to a specific somebody. Also, how it could do robot voice, how it could read stories, how it's very emotive. What they did not talk about were some of these really cool Easter eggs down here. So, for instance, like this visual narrative robot writer's block. Okay, a first-person view of a robot typewriting the following journal. So like I can see now, caught the sunrise, and it was insane. Colors everywhere. Kind of makes you wonder, like, what even is reality? So, if you'll click on this picture here, or zoom in, I'll zoom in for you guys. But it actually typed out word for word, verbatim, what that said. Some of the other things that is possibilities here is Sally the Mailwoman, a consistent character. And if you look here, they did just a little cartoon character, and then they re-uploaded the cartoon character, and they put her in different positions. You can see down here the full sample. This is Sally running from a golden retriever. And basically told a little story. Sally falls, and then her and the golden retriever become friends. And then Sally's back to doing her mail job. Okay? So, character consistency, word consistency are both things that AI stuff obviously is very difficult for it to do. Here's another one here, poster creation. So they took these two guys' faces, and then they created a poster, which turns out pretty good. And some little mess ups here and there, but it's still overall pretty decent. They done it again. Looks pretty cool. Okay. Let's see here. Here's another character design. Gary the robot. A friendly looking robot. You see they had it designed it, then they re-uploaded it, and then had him doing different tasks. These are things they didn't even talk about. They didn't say that ChatGPT 4.0 is going to be able to do, I don't know, images and stuff. But it even gets even crazier than that. So say if you want to get in some poetic typography with some kind of editing here. Let's see, look at that. Make it in dark mode. Remove the notebook paper lines. And you can see that it's still keeping the exact poem that they wrote. Okay. Then one of the cool things here, like there's a bunch of stuff here. Like it could do photo to caricature. Real examples here. Now, like I said, all these aren't available yet. We'll try out a couple of them, but all of them aren't available yet. Like I can't get my ChatGPT 4 talks to me on my phone, but she will not sing to me. Which I'm just trying, that you can create your own font in any style you want. It's insane what's this thing is going to be able to do once they fully release all of it. The 3D object synthesis is nuts. So basically what they did was they had to create a OpenAI logo shown from view 0, and then they went to view 5, and then they did a reconstruction from it, so it does 6 generated images. Insane. And they done the same thing here with this seal. What do you guys think about that? Okay. Now we've got brand placement on logo on coaster. So they uploaded the OpenAI logo, and then they uploaded this coaster, and then they done a brand placement on it, and it looks really good. So you'd be able to do some mock-ups real easy. It can do meeting notes with multiple speakers. And we can play a little bit of this.
Okay, good morning. Here's our first team meeting.
Morning.
I'll be your project manager for today, for this project. My name is Mark, and I'll be giving this presentation for you to kick the project off.
Okay, the audio is kind of crappy. I wish I would have used a little bit better audio, but I guess maybe showing that even if you just set the mic across the room, that it was able to pick up what these people were talking about. So that was awesome. Let's see if there's anything. I haven't even seen all of these, honestly. Yeah, so an image of dissecting 3 cubes stacked on a table. The top cube is red, has a G on it, the middle cube is blue, has a P on it, and the bottom two is green and has a T on it. And you can see that it consistently done that. Now, I can grab this and throw it into ChatGPT right now. I don't know what we'll get. This is a crapshoot. Let's see. Bam. Okay. It's thinking here. Usually not that slow. Okay. So while we're doing this, don't think it's going to do that. Let's grab another prompt, something else here. Okay. One that I think that it will do, that I've had it do something similar to. Let's try this first one here. Okay. So this is the one with the typewriter. Oh, it is doing it. Okay. Oh, it didn't quite get that, did it? Okay, let's try this one. All right. Now, while it's doing that, let's get on to the Scarlett Johansson news. So, if you guys know the movie Her, and Scarlett Johansson voiced that character in that movie, well, let's just say that she's a little tiffed that OpenAI used a voice that was very similar to her voice. That being said, she reached out to them and she said, when I heard the released demo, I was shocked, angered, and in disbelief that Mr. Altman would pursue a voice that sounded so eerily similar to mine that my closet friends, my closest friends, not my closet, and news outlets could not tell the difference, Johansson said. Basically, they had reached out to her, Sam Altman had reached out to her prior to ChatGPT 4.0 being released, asked her if they could use her voice for one of the characters or one of the AI voices, and his thought was it would help build the bridge between creators and AI techs. She said after a while she thought about it but declined, and then he reached back out to her again, but before she could get back to him, they released 4.0. Now, Sam Altman said that they used a voice actor that sounded like her on purpose because he loves that movie and he, I guess, really enjoys the voice. He also might be in love with her. So, that being said, she has, sent some emails to OpenAI, asked how they just, did the voice, and then Sam Altman posted on Twitter that he apologized to her and that they are removing the Sky voice, which was the main voice that we heard on all the keynotes. So that's kind of sad. It was a fun voice. The other voices are okay, but that's just part of it. So there's the Scarlett Johansson news. Okay, so now let's get back here to the typewriter. So you can see it did do a first-person view of the robot typing the journal entry. The text is large, legible, and clear, just as you have described. Enjoy the glimpse into this robot's thoughts. Now, did it say verbatim what we were supposed to say? Let's read it. It says, yo, so like can see Nane and I is insanes. Caught colors everywhere. Cyndia makes wonder like Mills, you woe like what even is reality. Okay, so it did not do it, but you can tell that it's getting very, very close. For instance, I did a let's see here. Oops. Cinematic. 1978 F250. Let's see here. I'm gonna do forward. Type it in. F250 4x4. Okay, so let's see what that gets us here. So are you guys going to be sad that the Sky voice is going to be gone from ChatGPT 4.0? Makes me a little sad. Okay, give me two options, and did it spell forward correctly? Let's check it out. Well, almost. That looks like a model. That's kind of funny. Well, there we go. FORD. So, what is this? It's like, oh, it's cinematic, like it's in. That's funny. Okay, very cool. And definitely, that is a 1978 Ford F250. So that's pretty cool. I mean, this thing is going to become unstoppable once it gets it all figured out. Okay, moving on. Now, I know absolutely nothing about coding. I am a idiot when it comes to coding. Okay, so I noticed on X, formerly known as Twitter, Min Chao used ChatGPT 4o to create a Tetris clone. And I said, well, I want to try that. So here's how he done it. Now, his method's probably a little bit different than mine, like I said, because he probably knows coding. I'm an idiot when it comes to coding, and I'll tell you how much of an idiot I am here in just a second. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to enter this prompt here. Describe Tetris in a way that includes all the specs to design the game. Okay, now I'm going to give it a second here. It's going to give a breakdown of the game, of the gameplay. If you'll see here, it gave a breakdown of exact described the way all the specs to design the game. And so it did like core components, tetramos, I don't know what that actually is. I guess the shapes, game controls, scoring system, and game flow, user interface, and all that stuff. So what you can do here is go down and say, create the code. And I'm going to say I'm using Riplet. Okay, so now it's going to give me the code and step-by-step directions on how to use Riplet. If I don't use Riplet, I tried downloading Python, and couldn't quite figure it out. So didn't want to spend a ton of time trying to learn something that I'm probably not going to use much. So that being said, I actually went into ChatGPT 4o and said, okay, I can't figure out Python. What else can I use? And it gave me some options for some cloud-based stuff to use, and Riplet was one that I just went with. So, but if you can see here, it is writing code. And if you'll notice, the first thing it tells you to do, ensure you have Pygame library installed. You can install it using pip install Pygame. Okay, so now you grab the pip install game, you copy the code here, and then you go over to Riplet. Once you get signed in, you can create Ripple, or we'll need to create a Python. Okay, so we're going to create Python. We're going to name it. I already have one here. Maybe rename it different. Nope. Okay. Now, you want to go to the shell here, and you want to do that. Oh. Okay, so now it's installing the Pygame onto here. Now, all we got to do now is grab the code. So copy the code, and then click over to Riplet again, and in this main area right here, you just want to copy the code, and then click run, and let's see what happens. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have Tetris. Let's try. Press any key. Uh-oh. So now you use your arrows to change everything. Ah, it's fast. Oh, I suck. Can I do it? Can I do it? Let's see here. No, I didn't mean to do that. Definitely did not mean to do that. Ah, get over. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you suck at Tetris. Okay, so now that you see that, I mean, you want to try another game? Let's just try one more. Let's copy the same font here. And what do you guys? What I'm thinking. Let's try a new chat. Let's do Space Invaders. Let's see what happens here. It might be more of a complex game. I did Pac-Man, and it turned out to be quite a bit of a journey there. I can show you my Pac-Man. It did not turn out very properly. Here is the Pac-Man one that I did. Although it looks similar to Pac-Man, it's not quite 100%. And I think if I just kept messing with it, I could get it better. It definitely needs to slow down a little bit. Pretty hard to use. It doesn't have any ghost or little marbles or whatever Pac-Man needs. Okay, so let's just say, okay, I'm going to do... Okay, so I asked it to make sure that the aliens move down, and then the rocket moves back and forth. Okay, so I'm going to go back here and get ready to do a new one. So we're going to go back, and I'm going to create Python again. And this is free. They do have a subscription one, but everything I've been using is free. Even the ChatGPT 4.0. Okay. So we're going to do Space Invaders. I have no idea what this is going to be like. Okay, great. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so it says here this code is sets up a basic version of Space Invaders with a player-controlled laser cannon, moving aliens and bullets that the player can shoot. The aliens move horizontally and descend when they reach the edge of the screen. Bullets are removed upon hitting aliens, and aliens are removed when hit by the bullets. This should provide a solid foundation for further development and customization. Okay, and does it give me which way to move or fire? Okay, so I guess left, right. Okay, and send the space bar. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with the copy this right here. Like I said, on the Pac-Man one, it had me go over, and I had to create a bunch of just separate files for that one. So let's go here, the shell, and then we're going to paste that. It's going to give it a second to run. And then we're going to go back here, grab the Space Invaders, and let's see what happens here. All right, let's run it. The thing is, too, like with this, I believe that you'll be able to... I mean, I was working on a computer maintenance management software program the other day, or yesterday, and I'm like, that's pretty complex, and it seemed like it was okay just to be able to spit that out and give it to me. Here we go. Nice. Here we go. Ah. Dang. All right. You're done. Da, 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 da. There we go. Space Invaders. I mean, it's a generic version, but hey, I don't know nothing about code. So that's all I've got today. What do you guys think? Is this fun? You going to create a game? I bet you could go into it. Actually, I know you could. Watch. We could go into this real quick and just say, okay, how can I add more detail? And it will probably tell you what to do and then how you could enhance the graphics. There you go. Okay, so looks like we need to download free assets from various online resources. And here it says to images to sound, place image files, player, PNG, AM, PNG, and sound files in the same directory as your script. See, I would probably have to ask you how to do that. And then levels and difficult, you can increase alien speed and bomb drop frequency to make higher levels more challenging. And then you can implement a game over and game start. See, so it gives you, and so this code is this code sets up a more detailed and engaging version of Space Invaders, enhancing the player's experience with improved graphics, sound effects, and gameplay mechanics. So we would obviously need to get some, some images and some sound effects to create it. Now I might do that and just figure out a way I can share it with you guys. But anyway, that's all I've got for now. What do you guys think? Is this pretty impressive? Are you using ChatGPT 4.0 already? If not, why? Dive into it and see what you can do, and let me know anything you guys have found out that's really cool that maybe they didn't share with us, or that you just kind of stumbled upon. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks so much for subscribing and everything, and leave a comment below. Appreciate it.